Working? All right. Thank you so much, Deanna. I appreciate it. I will try to keep this short because I'd rather just play some music for you all, and then we can all go home. But thank you so much to the Monday Musical Club for having me. 4 years, like she said, in the spring of 2020 when I was originally contacted to do this. And I thank Deanna specifically and Nancy originally 4 years ago for contacting me to do this. And yeah, so I'm happy to present this, and this is kind of in gratitude for all the help that I got going to Interlochen all those summers. And I will share a couple words about the first thing I'll be doing. I'll be playing the Bach Cello Suite, the prelude to that. We've probably all heard it before, sometimes on commercials or whatever. This piece is special because this is the piece I was studying a lot in high school, so in St. Joe at the time. And I was using this piece to audition for music school. So it kind of has a personal, place in my performance history. And I just wanted to say a word also to Pablo Casals, who is the famous cellist, maybe some of us have heard of, who in the 20th century, a Spanish cellist who pretty much is responsible for bringing the Bach Cello Suites into circulation and performance practice. Before they were kind of just served as etudes, because they're so challenging technically. They were just kind of looked at like, this is not music to be performed. So I'm going to thank him for that. And I will just, before I go here and play, I will show you this Baroque bow that I'm going to be playing all the Bach. So it looks a little bit different if we've all seen an orchestra play. Usually they have a bow that looks a little bit more like this. So you can see the camber, the bend and the dip in the bow. This is a modern bass bow, so it has a little bit more power, and you can distribute weight a little bit more easier through the bow. I am not going to use that for the Bach. I'm going to try to be a little bit more Baroque today. So here we go. serves me correctly, I believe the next piece on the program was the Dragonetti. Is that right? Hopefully. Okay. Yeah, so this is not something I do very often. Usually I'm just playing in the orchestra, so there's a little less pressure, I feel like. There's still pressure, but being a soloist is not something a bassist gets very many opportunities to do. So this is fun. Thank you all for coming out. The Dragonetti Waltz I chose to perform for you all today. This is a really new piece that came into my orbit or awareness within the last few years or so. I went back decided to, during the pandemic, go back to school for my doctorate at Michigan State. And so I was at the time studying at Michigan State, and my professor introduced me to these pieces. So there's a set of 12, and I'm going to just play the first one for you today. And I don't have a Dragonetti bow, but he actually played on a bow that the curve went like this instead of like that, and not the Baroque straight. So I don't have one, but I really want one. You can look it up on Google later. It's a little bit more concave like that. So, and it has a different, I imagine it plays different than the other bows that I have. So, and this also has a technique that I will demonstrate after I put the mic down called bariolage, which is rapidly changing strings. And I'm just going to give a shout out to Dragonetti, who was a very famous virtuoso. Some say the best bassist ever. So, all right, here we go. So rapidly changing strings. That's very much. We'll see how it goes. so I forgot to mention that he was also very, Dragonetti, by the way, was very famous for popularizing a lot of Italian bassists at the time when he was, in the 1800s, were playing with only 3 strings, and you notice the bass here has 4. So that was a thing that still somewhat exists if someone chooses to play 3 strings instead of 4. That's more of a solo thing. Obviously, if you want that low string in the orchestra, which is what I do most of the time, but I just wanted to mention that. All right, so now we're going to move into the Bach, and more Bach, and this is the second cello suite. And this is in D minor, so it's a little bit sadder in color and mood. And it just really contrasts greatly with the first cello suite, so that's kind of why I wanted to play it. And I'll be playing some of the slow movements of that, so the Prelude, Allemande, and the Sarabande. And the Prelude, like the first, is kind of improvisatory. It's just kind of slow and kind of, you can kind of do what you want with it, almost like a fantasy, like one of the pianists was playing today. And the Allemande and the Sarabande are just kind of slow dance movements that were popular at the time. Maybe not so much to be danced to, but in the style of, and that's kind of the Baroque suite. So there are always 6 movements. So hope you enjoy these 3. I'll just play them kind of in succession, and then we'll get to the second half of the portion with piano, with Helen. Thank you. Hello? All right, we're on. All right, so now we've come to the second portion here. Everyone, let's give another round of applause for Helen. Thank you. I appreciate her helping me out with this. You know, you can only play so much unaccompanied Bach on a bass before, you know, someone's like, where's the piano? You know, I'm getting a little tired of the bass, you know. So that's why I welcome her to the stage. And this piece, so yeah, thank you so much for coming out and helping me out with this. This piece is just really exciting to play. This is you're going to be my first time, so we'll see how it goes. This is a great piece of music. I highly recommend you listening to it again, or maybe you've already heard of it and you have listened to it already. But this is a lovely piece, the Schubert Arpeggione Sonata. And I was about to, again, do this for maybe a doctorate recital. And didn't do it quite, but this was written for a different instrument called the Arpeggione. That's why it gets its name, the Arpeggione Sonata. This is a piece of music I have not seen this instrument, the Arpeggione, but it's, from what I hear, it's a combo of a guitar and a violoncello. So it's 6 strings with a fretted keyboard. And it's played with a bow, so, you know, why not play it on a bass? And so we'll see how it goes. Mostly cellists play it. It's mostly a cello piece. But, you know, that's being a bass player. So I will get into it, and yeah, hopefully you like it. I really, really love the second movement, so hopefully you like that as well. And then we will get into the next stuff. Okay, we're almost done. We're almost done. Just two more, and these are much lighter in character. So we got the hard work out of the way, and these are a little bit lighter and more like encore kind of, just lighter and happier and joyful. So I hope you enjoy these last two. This one, the first one we'll be playing, the Lorenziti Gavotte, I first heard, I think it was in like 8th grade or something. I went to the American School of Double Bass in like Columbus, Ohio or something for like a week or a week and a half. And one of the bass players at Capital University in Columbus, I believe, played this, and I fell in love with it then, as a 13-year-old or something. So this will be my first time performing it, and I'm excited to play it. And Gary Carr, who is a famous bass soloist, still living, played this piece a lot. And so maybe this is a tribute to Gary Carr. He came up with he played this for children's concerts. He had a whole choreography and a story about a fly and an elephant or something, but we're not going to do that today. But audiences, kids and adults like it, so hopefully you like it. That was just really cute. I don't know, I like it. You know, if you hit all the harmonics, it's cute. But anyway, no, it's good. So last but not least, we have the Daniel Van Goens Scherzo. This is also a cello piece. Go figure. Most of my stuff's playing cello pieces, but I hope you enjoy this. This is a lot of technique called spiccato, which is just a fancy term in Italian for bouncing bow. So that's pretty much the whole piece for me. Is just, and I hope you like it. And Gary Carr also played this quite a bit. So look him up if you don't know him.
And Jonathan and Helen, thank you so much. Give them a round of applause for them, please. And then also for our scholarship winners who are still here this evening. So next month, we want to invite you back on June 3rd because Grace Yuan, who's soloing for the youth orchestra this weekend, was our 5th scholarship winner who could not perform for us tonight. I know we're a little late, but one of the other aspects of our club that we love is that we have wonderful bakers. So we would like you to come and meet Jonathan and Ellen and our scholarship winners just down the hall. We have cookies and refreshments for you tonight. And thank you so much for being a supporting community, because obviously this is probably the beginning, I hope, of Jonathan's bassist solo career. And you were here. Thank you, everyone.